Sure, we're up and running here. All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Mike Morgan from Morgan Designs, and working on a little digital painting here, Darth Sidious and the Emperor's Royal Guard. So the Royal Guard are those red guys with the mask and everything. And I'm just cruising along here, and I just thought it was cool stuff that I like. And I said, hey, I know I know a crew that would enjoy seeing this stuff, so taking it live for you. You know, keeping it rough right here in the beginning. I was just about to lay in this red, and I was thinking I should stream this. People would be interested in this, maybe. So on my other screen, I have Pinterest up. Pinterest had some great reference. So I'm going to get like a few different values in here and see what looks right. Once I figure out which values I want to use in this portion right here, I'm going to carry it on through the rest of it. Somebody wanted me to make this, and I was thinking, yeah, that'd be awesome. I've actually never drawn these characters here, and so this is a neat experience for me to be able to do this. Really fun. The Royal Guard. I mean, super awesome character design on these Royal Guards. So as soon as I figure out exactly what color combo I'm going to do on these guys, carry it throughout. Something like that should be good as far as the coloring. Can always mess with it later. Hey Weston, what's up, dude? How you doing, buddy? I haven't went live in a while, and one of the reasons why I haven't went live in a while is I moved from Portland, Oregon to California. Back to California. I'm going back to Cali. I'm already back at Cali. So I'm in Northern California right now, and it's about 106 degrees. And I literally am homeless right now. I'm actually staying with my in-laws until we figure out where we're going to get a house out here. I had to rush down to California real fast because I had a pretty nice job that I did not want to miss out on. Came down here, did that job, so I literally don't even have a place to live right now, but I'm staying with my in-laws for a while, and it's working good. It's just temporary though. But very hot in California, very hot. That's okay. It's sunny here in California. That's for sure. I don't have it up at this second, but I was looking at this Pinterest page. I'll show it to you guys. I was looking at this Pinterest page. I really love this one right here. That is super sick. So This is my reference, or at least one of them. I pulled up a lot of them. As you can see, these are all Darth Sidious reference. So this is a mask for one of the Palpatine guards or the Emperor's guards. So a lot of guys have some really cool art out there for this stuff. I'm gonna put this back where I had it, if I can. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Put that back up. So I mean, this design right here was thought of. I think Ralph McQuarrie came up with this one. I could be wrong. You guys can correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure Ralph McQuarrie came up with this, which is pretty damn genius. Pretty damn genius character design here. And very simple, very, very simple. And it's just really awesome. So, but I'm looking at reference, but I've done my own pose on everything, and I did my own layout here. This background piece is going to be a geometric piece. I started out with just a toned gray, so I got half my values at a nice halfway point, then my highlights will stand out real good. That's about all I need to tell you for setup, but this is definitely my own layout here. And another trick I want to show you guys is I made this. See all these lines straight up and down? And I did thirds, broke it up into thirds. This way, I broke it up into thirds, up and down. And I did a nice cross angle here. So going with kind of a triangular layout for the Emperor. And that way when the Royal Guards flank him, he's going to be really framed in by a lot of red. So it should look pretty darn cool. So what I'm thinking I'll do is lay down one of these guys really well, and then duplicate it for the other side. And then change up the lighting. I got them in they're soldiers standing in the exact same pose anyway, so I might as well utilize that idea. So let me get in some highlights. I'm not going to go straight white. But let's get them looking shiny. So this piece right here is actually all hard plastic on these characters. Some sort of hard material. The rest is all fabric. So that's kind of the story I'm going to tell here. Okay, and then for the lens, I'm going to actually use a gray for the reflective on the lens. Yeah, I'm just drawing along. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I know there's not much to ask, but maybe you could share with me something. Share with me where you're from. How about that? Tell me where you're from. That'd be great. Trying to get, trying to, trying to not get too much detail in these guys. One reason is the person that wanted me to make this for him wanted it really like expressive and artistic, and it's not supposed to be like a photo or anything. They want it to look like painted. So I'm trying not to get it too clean. So I'm trying to use like really big brushes when I can. Yeah, I don't know if it's hot where you guys are at, but geez, it's 106 degrees here in Redding, California. Coming from Portland when it rains all the time, that was a big difference. So it's been quite a shock. Yeah, we'll back up here a little bit and look at this. It's looking pretty cool, I guess. Still in the very loose phase. Reds get kind of hard because when you do the highlights, it's harder not to make it pink. It's sometimes what it actually has to be. So I was looking at the photo reference on these guys, and these royal guards, and they hold their staffs. They carry like a staff. They hold them in this really weird way where it's just like, um, it's like if this is their hand, the staff goes in this way, so they like hold it like that. So this is gonna be kind of a weird hand pose to do. So yeah. I use my keyboard to back this in and out. I don't know why, because I literally have the button right here on my Cintiq. I just, for some reason, always forget to use it. I've only had this Cintiq for 10 years, so I'm still getting used to it, I guess. 10 years. I've had this Cintiq for 10 years, never broke once. Never had a problem. Although I'm trying to get the guys at Cintiq to send me another. I'm trying to get the guys at Wacom to send me another one. Megan, if you're watching this. Ship one out. So yeah, here we go. Blocking in stuff. Now this is where studying drapery would be really nice. Could look at some old Renaissance paintings or something would be very helpful for this portion. So there's going to be one more level of red in here. At least one more. A darker red. Yeah, if you guys on Facebook are watching, say hi. I want to know where you're at. Tell me what you're up to. What are you working on? Yeah, I actually did. I saw some really cool cosplay characters this weekend, or not this weekend. It was 2 weekends ago. I did the Sacramento Comic Con, and I was selling my art prints and stuff. I was selling the artist glove too. You can get these at artistglove.com or on Amazon. But so we had the Morgan Designs glove and some prints, and I got a bunch of good photos with a bunch of cool cosplayers. Some really cool Boba Fett's were there. Of course, Darth Vader people were there. This one family who came, and they were all dressed as Batman characters. That was really cool. But it was neat. Sacramento Comic Con was by Wizard. Wizard put it on. It was really cool. Had a good time. But I did not see anybody dressed as the Imperial Guard, and I did not see anybody dressed up as Darth Sidious. So if you guys are working on a costume, one or the other, you're not going to have a lot of competition. You're going to have something original. Okay, so I think I'm going to find out what the other red is that I'm going to use, which is going to be almost black. Possibly. That's not too bad. I don't want huge contrast down here because this is not the important area that I want people to look at. Yeah, it looks better having another set of red in there. Another shade of red. Okay. This need like a pop-in highlight. That hard plastic, it really has to be a kind of an opaque white to be believable for that plastic. Okay, now I'm far enough along where I need to look at my reference again, just to make sure we're not too way off. So actually, I am pretty far off. I do see a massive error here, which is their helmets actually go like this. Yeah, when you're doing a character, it's supposed to look a certain way. Maybe don't go so far without checking your reference. Okay, that's a little better as far as being legit. So they got like that visor. You got a double visor situation going on here. Which comes out over here. Comes out at an angle, and then they have this piece actually goes into here. So it goes something like that. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, but I'm not. Or am I? Okay, so a little highlight action again. Okay, I'm enjoying that. So I'm looking at the reference, and I could do a way better job on the folds here. So I'm gonna make this fabric look less droopy and silkish, and make it more hard by adding giant shapes of folds. This makes the fabric seem more starchy and stiff. Okay, see that? That already helped a ton. Starchy and stiff. Right? Starchy and stiff. Okay, that looks a little better. What do we got at the bottom here, though? Hey, Bob. How you doing, buddy? My dog Max came to say hi. He's got a lot of birds on him. Okay. Cool. So that's pretty fun. Like I said, I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna duplicate this. For the other guy. Even though I'm not finished, I just want to kind of have it over there so I can see what is going on. Just kind of helps me for the layout. I honestly don't know what just happened there for a minute. Okay. So that helps me get an idea of like what this layout is. It's going to be printed out on like 4-foot canvas, I believe. Let's see, this is at 24 by 36. We're going to double it. Yeah, so it's going to be 6 foot by 4 foot. 6 feet by 4 foot. This canvas is going to be. This will be pretty big. It's for somebody's office, I guess. I'm going to now create the bow staff for these gentlemen. These royal guards. What do I have here? Something I want that. So I'm just going to do a bow staff shape. We're going to use like something a little lighter than the background. So that's our bow staff. Get it at the right angle here. So this was the tricky part. They kind of hold them straight up and down and or at an angle to help with my layout, and to keep it dynamic I'm going to have them coming in at an angle. So let's look at our reference and see how they hold them often. I believe they rest them on their shoulders. Okay, so like he's resting his on his shoulder, and it appears to be like metal, metallic, a tiny bit of detail on him, sharp tip, just a little bit of detail at the end, but other than that, very, very clean, very metallic. Okay, sometimes their hands are showing. You know, in a lot of these photos, I don't even see hands, so they must be wearing like black gloves. You know what? I'm cool with that. I'm gonna do black. Hands are really hard to do anyway, so if I can sneak out a draw on his hand, that'd be great. It's just more detail and information that get people sidetracked anyway. So his hand's gonna be just very dark, holding onto this thing. It is gonna end about right here. I'm gonna make it look. I'm gonna color it in metallic, and then I'll erase this area in his face right here. You know, I'm gonna make it look like that. But first, before I do that, I'm gonna make it look chrome. So I'm gonna select this bow staff. I'm gonna grab. I know there's gonna be some reflective qualities from Darth Sidious, so I'm going to take some of Darth Sidious's colors. We'll just pretend this is reflecting Darth Sidious. There's also going to be some reflective qualities from the red of the outfit. So I'll have a little bit of that. So what I'm doing right now is hitting shift, and tapping once, hitting shift and tapping at these 2 points. That gives it a perfect straight line on Photoshop. So that's how I'm getting, that's what I was doing there. That was probably kind of confusing, but so the costume's going to be a little reflective. That'll be good. Something like that should be okay. Maybe a little bit more dark. Okay. Now I'm going to hit the highlights, or give it a very nice, very, very white highlight. Yeah, that just makes it pop. Now, as I said before, they end at the very last foot or two. They have some detail, so let's go put that in. They, as I said, they come to a sharp point. So I'm going to delete this area. This line right here is the underdrawing. See if I can get rid of that so it's not confusing. Where is that? For now, we'll take that off completely. Okay, so I want to add a little bit of detail. I'm going to get my brush a little smaller. So a little detail here. I'm going to take a look at the reference one more time. Maybe, but I'm making up my own thing here, so this may not be totally movie accurate or anything. That's okay. I'm not working for George Lucas or anything, so this does not have to be movie accurate. But that's got a little detail. Okay, all the way up tip is going to be just like all shining white up here. Okay, that's good enough. So you got, see that? You got your detailed tip. You're going to make sure it is sharp though. Sharpen it up. I'm erasing. Okay. I'm cool with the way that looks. I'm going to bring my other layers back. And I am going to take my bow saw and reduce the opacity by 50% so I can see the underdrawing. I'm going to do a hard eraser. Erase what I don't need. I'm going to bring that opacity back to 100%. Percentile. And just to tell the viewers that this is going back into space back here, I am going to do a little shadowing. Try to do a little shadowing. Like so. Got my paintbrush here. Okay. I'm going to do some, I know that's going to be really close to his costume right there, so I'm going to make it a bit reflective. Okay. That would work. Okay. Now, since I'm going to duplicate it to the other side, I'm going to draw his black area or his hand on this. So as I was saying earlier, they kind of hold it like that, kind of. So this is going to be a black mass. Again, I don't want this to dominate or take over, so I'm glad this is just like real dark. Okay. Hey, buddy boy.
Why'd you turn it?
Oh, I'm live recording right now.
Oh.
You want to say hi to everyone?
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
My boy Tyler's here. He's a big Star Wars fan.
Oh.
So this is
Darth Sidious and they're like knights something.
yeah, Imperial Guard.
Well, they're like the Imperial
Yeah, I bet you they are called knights also. But yeah, good job. You know your Star Wars.
I know I do.
Because your dad's a nerd. Your kids should know the Star Wars characters. It's just good parenting. Okay, so we have their hands in. They're not drawing too much attention. They're like primarily black. We have a situation going here. Okay. So I'm gonna merge that. I'm gonna merge this bow staff with everything else. Okay, and this guy was just going to be temporary. So, yeah, bring that. What do we got here?
Yeah, I got a 6-inch.
Here, let's get it right,
clone.
right here.
I got a 6-inch Star Wars clone.
Tyler's sharing his 6-inch clone with you guys. Here, let me get it in the camera. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 dun. Here you go. Yeah. Okay, so just kind of looking at it, see what we could pop in there. Make these folds look more foldy. These folds look more foldy. So we're just we're in Photoshop. We're using a Wacom Cintiq, an old one. I'm using the artist glove. Check these out on Amazon if you want to get one. And just here drawing for fun. This is actually a commission, so, but it's still fun. So I'm gonna take, I got like a bunch of chicken scratch here that I need to get rid of. I did something I never do, which is I usually draw a underdrawing. I usually draw an underdrawing, and then on a different layer, I'll put my final art on it. For some reason, I just got wacky, dude, and got excited and just started drawing right on that. There's another dog here trying to get into the trash next to me. It's like, dude, step off. Step off the trash, yo. Okay, so I'm going to clean up this chicken scratch that I speak of. I love the straight line lasso tool, man. I use that so much. It's good. Yeah, I don't know why I started drawing right over my sketch, but now I'm on cleanup patrol here. It's okay. It's okay. We all make mistakes. Boom. A little bit here to deal with. Alright. So I'm going to just kind of fix his perimeter. His outer area here. Okay. And now that we have this, I'm going to duplicate this to the other side. So let's see, we got a few people watching. If you guys could do me a favor, just say hi, or tell me where you're from, or tell me your favorite color, or list your top 10 favorite cereals. I'd like to hear from you. Maybe your favorite Star Wars movie? Your favorite Star Wars character? Don't all write Jar Jar Binks at the same time, though. What's up, Gary? Thank you, man. Hi from Illinois. I've never been to Illinois. Can't even really say the word correctly. Illinois. Illinois. I don't know if it's Illinois or Illinois. I've never been there. But I'm glad you're watching, and I hope to someday visit that side of the beautiful country. I know you guys have some cool stuff over there. One of my goals is to travel somewhere that's not on the West Coast, which is where I reside. Hoping to do more shows and things like that over there. What am I using to no S, okay. Illinois. What am I using to stream? OBS. OBS is free, and it seemed to work pretty good. It's really easy to figure out. Watch a couple YouTube videos on how to get started on it, and seems pretty easy. Seems to work all right. It gets you broadcasting. OBS, which stands for I don't know what. OBS. Yeah, you should check it out. If you have any other recommendations on other streaming software, I'd like to hear about it. I did use, I think QuickTime had something that I used for a while, but this one's cool because you can put in like your own. See, I got this like decorative border thing. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with it. I'm not even using it at its max potential, but a lot of the Twitch guys use it too. I really like it. Really like it. Thanks for hanging out all the way from Illinois. Open Broadcast System. Thank you. OBS. Now that makes sense. Very logical acronym. Okay, so like I've been talking about and haven't done, is I'm going to duplicate this dude, this Imperial Guard, duplicate him over here, because I'm really lazy and I don't want to draw him twice. I'll just switch up the lighting a bit. Nobody's ever going to know except me and you. Because why draw stuff if you don't have to? Isn't this why they invented Photoshop? For us to be lazy? I'm going to go to this background layer and delete this undersketching. We're getting close to... I shouldn't say that. I was going to say we're getting close to having to go to the background, but... yeah, I got a long way to go. So I'm happy. Like I said, the good news is the client, the guy that wants this made, is wants it loose and painterly. Yeah, love Photoshop. Gary loves Photoshop, and he says work smarter, not harder. I agree. However, I have not figured out how to do that yet. Because I'm not a rich man. But when I can duplicate some stuff, I duplicate some stuff. What did I do here? What did I do here? Bear with me, guys. I got some garbage here. That we don't want. Okay, yeah, buy on that. Bear with me. Okay. Gary's exploring 3D. Gary, what are you using to explore 3D? And have I used the Photoshop 3D features? No, I have not. In fact, I've been working in ZBrush for like 3 years, and I'll finish all my projects in Photoshop after I do the compositing and all that. I'll put my backgrounds in, I'll put in more textures in Photoshop, but I haven't used the 3D feature. So in Photoshop, I should probably watch some videos on it and see what you do with it and everything. But yeah, it's up here. So 3D, new, you know. I mean, I've messed with it a little bit, like with basic shapes, but I haven't messed with it on any of a real decent model, you know? Something cool. So I need to get into that. I need to educate myself. And are you on the new 4R8 ZBrush? Are you liking the new 4R8 ZBrush? Because I am loving it. And all the Boolean actions is really awesome in the new ZBrush. Okay, so lighting wise, I have to switch this up. I'm gonna say, what am I going to say on this light? I should have probably figured this out a long time ago, but basically, um, I like to have the lighting coming up and to the left a little bit. Just, I don't know why, maybe because I'm right-handed or something, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is switch up the lighting for uh, Homeboy. Homeboy on the right here. I'm going to merge these layers. Let me get rid of an extra layer that I don't need here. What is this? Okay, so this is my grid, my layout grid. I'm going to just label these real quick. This is my geometric background. I'm just going to write geo just so I know what it is. And then this is just my gray fill background starter color. I'm going back to, this is my art layer that I'm doing the art on. So I just give them basic names. That way I don't screw anything up. Okay, so I'm going to change up these lightings. This is what's going to make these guys look like I didn't copy paste it. Even though you know I did. Okay, so that's already going to have a huge change. So Gary says, depends on how dark your background will be, and then you also say how long does it take for a typical illustration for you? I would say, obviously, I think you know what I'm going to say. It just really depends on what I'm doing. Am I doing it for fun? Am I doing it for a client? If I'm doing it for a client, that really depends on how much they're paying me. I like to get $75 an hour. And if I'm doing something for fun, typically my projects that I do for fun don't go over, 4 to 6 hours. I usually will start something new or just move on. This would be all in shadow. So we're going to back up here in a second and take a look at this. Okay. This one. Okay. Back up. So I've completely changed the lighting on those two guys, just on their helmet portion. And it helps quite a bit with it not looking so copy-pasted. Okay. This illustration, I'm going to spend about 8 hours on this one. Maybe. No more than 8 for sure. No more than 8. Okay, I'm going to change up the lighting in the fabric robe as well. So part of the design for these guys is that they stand in the same position, they flank the person they're protecting. They're supposed to look identical. Um, so their pose is supposed to be exactly the same. So, so we're sticking to the game plan here. Only thing that'd be different is their lighting. Okay. Make a drastic difference here. So we're getting a drastic difference going on here. Looking pretty fun. Okay. Boom. Boom. Let's get some of that up in here. Cool. Let's take a look. Let's back that ass up and take a look. That wouldn't be there. Okay. This needs a little bit of darks in here. This will probably be quite dark. I'm just looking at like big shapes. Alright. This probably pretty dark. Oh, hey, Gary, let's see. So, triangle pattern, something about three people like identify with. I wish I could remember the name of the guy that. Oh, Dave Raposa. Dave Raposa, if you Google Dave Raposa, he's got some great tutorials. He's a self trained artist. He's just totally badass. Dave Raposa. And he talks a bit about triangle layouts, triangle patterns, and a lot of his layouts have a triangle overall feel. So I've also learned there was a makeup guy that I was watching when I was like 10 years old. And he was talking about making masks, and he said that like 45-degree angles, like if I do this, 45-degree angles are scary. 45-degree angles on triangles. So this is a scary character. Um, so these like angles. So trying to have like 45s or close to that angles. The other thing you said is favorite brushes. I use like a couple different brushes, literally like this round one, which is called which is called what do you call it? I'm trying to hover over it. Usually it says its name. Hard round pressure size. So I use that one a lot. That's a stock Photoshop brush. Okay, so I use that on the entire drawing. At the very end, to give it texture, I'll use watercolor brushes. For example, this one is a sample brush, but let me see if I can give you one of these water. Oh, they're up here. I'm sorry. What do you call them? Dried blood splatters. Okay, I didn't realize it was a blood brush. Regardless, it's a Photoshop brush. That is, I got this one from DeFonts or Brush Easy. Brush Easy, and basically it's like I use a lot of watercolor brushes, but I'll use those at the very end to maybe in the background or maybe like on a face or something to just kind of make it look more hand done or organic. But I ain't there yet. However, to answer your question, my favorite brush is this like stock round one. Hard round pressure size. There's just so much you can do with it. Another guy to check out is Mike Darkin, Daarken, and he's got a lot of great tutorials. And he actually shows how you don't need a bunch of crazy brushes. You can work with this round stock Photoshop brush, and he'll do stuff like show you how to paint fur like on a cat and all kinds of stuff. He does a lot of stuff for Wizards of the Coast. Very cool guy. Excellent illustrator. I actually went to school with him in San Francisco. We were both at the Academy of Art College together. And this was back in like 2000. And he could have easily taught each class. He was far better than any of the instructors. Very talented Mike Darkin. Where was I? Okay, so I'm gonna hit this. Now that I got these dudes in, I think maybe I'll go to the fabric of Darth Sidious and work on him a bit, like hitting these sides that are taking a little more light. I'm gonna kick it up. Put in some big shapes of highlighted color. So I also have to deal with his hands. which we'll be dealing with those shortly. His hands. Okay, so I like laying down the straight lines. I think that makes an illustration look real dynamic when you use a lot of straight lines. If you watch my streams, I say this a lot, but I can't emphasize how literally just making every line just a series of straight lines, even if it's an arc or something round, you can still do it. It just has a expressive, strong feel. So again, trying to get that starchy look, like big thick pieces of fabric. Gary, thanks, man. Thanks for coming and checking it out, dude. You have a fantastic night, and keep Illinois awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me, man. We're getting pretty close to this section where I need to start dealing with his hands. Okay, so we got his knees here. I don't want to get a lot of information on those knees because I don't want that to be any kind of focal point. I don't want that to be as powerful as, say, this stuff around his face and his chest. So I'm not gonna get as descriptive on that portion. Okay. So, we have a few people watching right now, and I want to thank you for watching. If you're just checking this out, I'm just working on a Darth Sidious and the Imperial Guards, or the Emperor's Royal Guard. So, this is a piece that's going to be painted in Photoshop, digitally printed out about 6 feet large, and put on canvas, and then there's a gentleman that's going to display it in his office. I actually don't know what he does for work, so I don't know what kind of office it is, but he's saying it's Star Wars stuff. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so just working in Photoshop here. And if you guys have any comments or questions, let me know. I'm looking over every once in a while. I'd be happy to talk to you. I prefer to talk to you, actually. So, now for the hard part, which is hands. So the Emperor has like old hands, bony, veiny. They've been like tore up, right? They've been electrocuted. They've had force run through them. So I have these hands just blocked in, real basic. I'm going to draw one, duplicate it for the other one, and just change the lighting. So for the hands, here we go. Let's hope I can do this. I'm sure I can. I can do anything I put my mind to. Alright, so you're going to learn about hands right now, or you're going to teach me about hands. If you have any good advice, let me know. Okay, so the hands shoot out. They come to the top of the hand. The thumb area right here comes to a triangle. The index knuckles about here, the middle finger knuckles about here, and subsequent knuckles get smaller and smaller. It's all on an arc. The first of the phalanges, like that, phalanges, I just say that just so I seem like I'm some sort of like scholar. The first of the phalanges come out, and that's it in a nutshell. So I've basically taken 30 seconds and blocked them out. Okay? They are bony. So I'm gonna give you some bony action here. Very bony. Probably even quite pointy. Now I'm gonna fix them up a bit, but I just want to get these shapes in here. Okay, so these knuckles are going to be coming in as somebody rests their hand. They kind of curl in as you kind of rest your hand. Believe it or not, we're getting somewhere on this hand. Okay, so I'm going to take one of his highlighted areas. There's going to be the straight lines that come from the wrist and attach to the knuckle there. And your knuckles are going to be very much highlighted. This facet right here is going to break down to a different area, so it'll be darker, different facet. Same with these phalanges, and it'll get even darker as we proceed down Okay. We'll fade that in later right there. And then I'm going to give it a little more dark detail. So it's going to be quite dark in the separation at the base of the knuckles, the ends of the phalanges. Phalanges. We've got a couple people watching. What do you guys think so far? You enjoying yourself? I want to know what you're working on. These knuckles are going to pick up a bit. Pink. So there's some pink in the hands. Yes. Not too much because this guy's like not supposed to have the lifeblood running through him. Okay, so we're getting there. Now I'm going to emphasize the shape or the contour. I have to put Freon in my truck tonight, guys. Somebody remind me to do that, please. As I was saying in the beginning of this stream, I'm in Redding, California, and it is Northern California, and it is 100. What was it today? 108 degrees today. Fahrenheit. Quite intense. I drive an old truck. The AC is not working properly. So I need to add some AC liquid. So we're going to take a moment and evaluate and critique this hand we've just created. As soon as we get a little further down the finished road. Okay, so let's take a look at that. We're going to back up a bit.
Still doing the live stream?
Hey, buddy. Yeah.
Still seriously doing black. For
Yeah.
an hour and
24 minutes and 44 seconds. 45 seconds. 46
seconds.
So that's a pretty decent hand. I've seen better. Again, it's supposed to be loose because the client wants it a bit loose.
Wait, this is for a client?
Yeah, it's going to be hung on an office. Let's do a little green veins, though. Ew.
Do it black, Jesus.
Black? What?
Because that's what Sidious's robe looks like.
What? His robe? That is like black. It's just showing the. Let's get our photo rep out here. What if we did Darth Sidious hands? What happens? Oh, there's some hands. He doesn't wear any rings or anything, does he?
I'm pretty sure he does. Wait, who's the emperor before, right?
Yeah, Senator Palpatine.
Wait, that's who Palpatine was?
They just look like regular hands. Old man hands.
They're really pale.
Really pale. Very pale hands.
Darth
Very
Sidious
pale.
is like almost a zombie, right?
I wouldn't say zombie, but I would definitely say he's been torched, lit on fire,
Consumed by the
electrocuted,
darkness.
consumed by the dark side. He's no longer a trustworthy individual. I can probably tell you that. Okay. So we got some hand action here. Welcome to the path of the dark side.
Dude, I want to go diving.
Welcome to the path of the dark side. You want to go diving?
Yeah.
Well, diving off of what?
Like lake diving. No, not like lake diving to find stuff. Like just like give me a knife and just like let me drown it.
That'd be sweet. All right.
Yeah, I actually want to do that.
That would be pretty
Lakes
fun.
don't move, right? I don't want something that moves.
Like a river?
Yeah, I want to find something that has fish in it. Like
We could do that.
like big fish.
All right. People.
So if I like just wanted to like pull my knife out.
All right, people. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that hand that we just created. And I am going to duplicate it to the other region. And instead of painting it, I'm going to literally steal it, flip it, and rock and roll it over here. Welcome to the path.
That is gonna look weird.
It won't look weird, dude. It's going to look epically dope. Change the angle a tad, just ever so slightly. Okay, and then bind them and or merge them, and bring in my highlights here.
That's gonna look weird.
That is not going to look weird, son. You're going to enjoy this. It's going to be very enjoyable. Okay, I'm going to take the lighting and switch it up a bit, as I did with the Imperial Guards.
The Imperial Guards have gloves on, right?
They have like a black glove on.
Oh yeah, and do they have like those not saber swords, but they have like
Like a staff, like
yeah, they have like an
staff
electric staff.
situation. It is electric, isn't it?
Yeah, so they can like hold it like this and then like electrocute someone if they're trying to
If they're trying to get rowdy on them, they just are like.
well they can turn into a lightsaber. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
It's kind of lightsaber-ish, but it's not. They're not Jedis. Okay, so we are in the mode here. We've transferred information from one hand to the other, transferred lighting information. We're going to throw in some knuckle sandwich here. Coat. Alright. Are you guys happy with that? Are you guys happy with that? If you're not, I will give you your money back. Guaranteed. Ugh. Hard to step away. It's hard to step away. Just, okay. Welcome to the path of the dark side. Rise. Okay. Are you guys okay with that? Folks, how you doing tonight? Who's watching this? Where are you guys at? Are you in America? Are you in Croatia? Are you in Canada? Are you in Mexico? Sweden? Are you German? Are you... Where in the hell are you? Please comment below. We're coming on an hour and a half. Nobody wants to watch this shit for an hour and a half, so I mean, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna do the background too. Maybe I'll stream that. Maybe I won't. Who knows? But if any of you guys watch this, thank you for your time. My name is Mike Morgan from Morgan Designs. I'm going to give you a couple plugs right now. You can check out my artwork at MikeMorganDesigns.com. You can follow me on Instagram at MikeMorganDesigns. You can hit me on Facebook. Like my page at Morgan Designs. You can, if you like me and want to support my family, you can go to Amazon and buy a artist glove. These are prime. They're like $25. You can also go to artistglove.com and get these. But if not, no worries. I want to thank you for watching and hanging out with me. And I hope you had a good time. May the force be with you. Goodbye.